What's going on, crypto miners? Welcome back to the channel. So we just got like our biggest snow here for Pennsylvania in probably about 10 years now. We got about 18 inches. A lot of it has melted or kind of packed down because of last night was all rain and all ice. But I wanted to check on all of my sheds today. So first one up here is my home crypto mining shed. Used to run GPUs in it, used to run 1 or 2 ASICs in here, but now it's really solo miners and AI rigs. So thankfully the snowdrift piled up more in front of the door than actually in front of our vents here. You can see there's some icing here. And what I always try to recommend people do is if you decide to do this, is you want to make sure you're recirculating the heat to keep the intake aisle above freezing. So that if there's some ice piling up and stuff, it melts it to not block off everything entirely. Now, what I didn't do this winter, and I need to start doing, this is my note to self, is the bottom vents, I need to start putting plywood. These I can cut out plywood, put them in the gable vents, but on my other sheds, I need to put them on the bottom to block, because what if there was a snowdrift over here, it would have seeped in. By the door here, everything, I'll be able to push that aside. The exhaust vents are off. Because it's been so cold, down in the teens and negative. And so it's actually, based off what I've seen on my phone, it's about 75 on the exhaust side, and then it's recirculating back around about 64 on the intake side. So it's beautiful, perfect for miners and to keep it warm. So let's see, check inside. Is it gonna let me in? Yes, all right, so can we get it? Yeah, there we go. All right, find the step in here somewhere. So first thing I want to look at, I'm going to turn on the light, is just, did we get any snow in here? We didn't, but look, there is some water. Look, some of the vents are melting, like the condensation on the filters. And this is fine. I'm not stressing over this. So you might go, why? Well, I built all of my sheds. You can see all my equipment is off the ground pretty significantly, and we did epoxy the floor. So this will, once I turn the fans on, it'll start to get some airflow through here, and that will go ahead and cool off. I'm not stressing over that at all whatsoever, but everything else looks good, turned out. I'll just give you guys a quick swing tour. We're not gonna spend too much time in here. All of our solo miners. These are our AI rigs. We've got some more solo miners up here. Some more of our solo miners down here, quite a few actually. Octax, Z9 Mini going hard on Pirate Chain. We have our more AI rigs down there, and my server and NAS up there. Don't even comment on my networking cabling. It's an absolute mess. We're gonna worry about it during the spring. Over on this side here, no water, no moisture. Everything's doing good, nice and warm and toasty on this side. All right, so where to next? Well, here's my biggest concern. Sorry, I'm stepping down out of the snow. My biggest concern right now is actually over at, we call it our crypto mining compound.
Huge shout out to today's video sponsor, CryptoMinerBros.com. If you guys are in the market for your next ASIC miner, take a look over at Crypto Miner Bros. Now, right now, they got some great deals going on their website. Some miners that I'm absolutely interested in, the BitAxe Gamma 601, the brand new Nerd Miner Octax. They also have the upcoming Flu Miner L3 Dogecoin miner and the new Flu Miner T3 Home Bitcoin miner. Listen, at the time of checkout, use the checkout code TheHobbyistMiner. It'll save you $70 off each individual ASIC. Guys, go over, check out today's video sponsor, CryptoMinerBros.com. Link directly down below in the video description.
All right, we made it over. Roads were okay. Still haven't really been plowed great yet. It's still super cold, and we're actually supposed to get some crazy winds this afternoon. And out where I live, we have a lot of snowdrift issues. We're like, hey, our road's clean, and then it's covered. And that's actually when it gets really dangerous with ice. But let's journey to the sheds. Let's take a look together. Hopefully everything's good. All right, let's take a walk together. I can actually hear the farm next door actually clearing some snow over there. All right, so we see a little bit of snowdrift in front of the old original shed. My concern is a lot of things have compacted down recently. So hopefully that didn't get too big last night. You can actually see around the shed there, like the snowdrift. You know, you can see some of it's drifted around on this side here. On this side, This side looks good, but you never know which way the wind's coming. So what I'm gonna plan for, I'm gonna be out here Wednesday working on deploying some ASICs. I'm gonna bring plywood off inside on the back side here, because it's so cold that like those closing off those intake vents are not gonna be a big deal, especially since we added, take a look up here. Oh man. So a decent amount of snow there. So you can see we got some snow buildup on there, which means I probably need to recirculate the air better, get some more hot air on this side. Take a look on the back side. There's some extra plywood from when we built the other shed. Look at this, all that snow we got. This is the hot aisle here. Oh yeah, nice and warm down here. I actually have 2 of these that are acting as intakes. I'll show you inside. Look at this, that's so funny. The way that works out, right? Crypto mining right there. So we have this side here. So let me get this opened up and hopefully we can get this in. If not, I brought a shovel. We can help to kind of move things aside. We're opened up here. Let's see. I'm gonna try to just, there we go. Break that off. Yeah, everything's just like that. You know, once that ice comes through, that ice and that sleet. Let's see. There we go. Ah, we got snow. Dang. That's what I was afraid of. All right, let's sneak inside here. Turn the lights on. All right, so taking a look, we have snow inside here. Well, why? Well, the way the snowdrift was, came up against where this door is at. So what I'm gonna do on Wednesday here, and this is all lessons learned. Like, guess what? This is not the end of the world. One, look, our ASICs are up here. They're okay. You can see I put everything off the ground. Thankfully, it didn't suck anything in. That ASIC's still up and running, which is good. But, you know, what we've learned here is like, when fall and winter start to hit early, I need to like have that checklist, right? That reminder of like, I'm gonna take off the chicken wire, take off the filter, put a piece of plywood there, put a piece of plywood there. So the snow would have to get that high in order to pull some of that in. Now on this side, we didn't have anything. We don't even have any moisture or water, but we didn't have the snowdrift and the wind come from that direction. But what I'll do is put plywood up here in the inside, just on like the bottom half here, just to avoid that happening. It's just really the wind and those snowdrifts that are really the challenge. But everything else worked out well. If you guys are curious, it says it's 50 on that side, which is great. We have one L9 here facing against that wall, another one, and these are just those little space heaters from AC Infinity they sent us, putting out some heat. My whole point of this was just to keep the intake wall warm, and it also, when you do that, it helps because the miners hate sub-freezing temperatures. And if you guys, we talked about recirculating the air, take a look, 56, that's pulling from outside, and 54. So in the wintertime, I'm gonna do that. I may even open up like one down here, probably this guy, move it, and then have 3 of these just scattered to pull back in that heat, which is great. It pulls it back in, but then it gets recirculated. That heat never reaches like over to that wall over here because it's just getting sucked back through. But recirculating the air the best we can. I am gonna be deploying some ASICs this week. We're gonna fill, this whole shed's gonna be filled, but I am gonna leave some spots open inside here. Looking over on the window side, we didn't get any moisture or any, like, nothing's melting, which is great. So this shed's good. Other than the snow there, I'm gonna have to shovel that out. Let's check out the other shed over here. Get out the door. All right, oh, there they are, clearing snow. All right, so storage shed, don't have any concerns there. This shed is a lot more off the ground. You can see the way it was designed too. We did filters up top here across. We didn't do the filters down below. That was like a lesson learned. But look over here, even though we have the storage shed blocking a lot, we got a little bit over here. Imagine if we had another row of vents, right? So it's nice that like these are off the ground, which is great. Let's look out back here. We have the immersion stuff running, but we don't have any immersion miners actually in there yet. Had to send that one back for repair. I got a new one coming in, but I'll take a look. Like if we had immersion miners running, like look, there's snow all the way over there into that one. You know, you can actually see it in the vents here. Take a look. Now, granted, if those fans were spinning and if it was hot, you know, it wouldn't have had an issue and it probably would have had some of this area clear of snow. But because the oil's not hot, because there's no ASICs in there, they're not running. That's why. So let's step inside, see how we're doing. All right, I forgot to check the exhaust side here. So the exhaust side is not as clear. And the reason is because one, these are higher off the ground, versus over there. And two, we only have four ASICs, I think, running. 5 ASICs running right now. So like we're not getting as much heat exhausted on this side, and that's why you're not seeing that. Got some ice buildup up there. All right, let's head inside here, take a look. I'm not imagining we have, oh no, we got a little bit of snow. Tiny bit right inside the door. Let me turn on our light. All right, so we got a little bit, which that's actually kind of surprising how high that is. But we are going to plywood off these bottom ones here. I don't think I'm gonna plywood off the bottom ones over here, just based off of how high they are, but we'll see. But yeah, as you guys can see here, the one immersion unit, there was that Canyon Avalon 1566 that we got that wouldn't hash. Had to send that back for repair. This is a great idea, actually. This is actually just an oven cooling rack. I have 2 of these. I just set it up here for a few days, let it drain, rotate it. Works really well, so we're waiting on that. This fog hashing kit I need to repair. They sent me a new control board, which was a shame. The pump isn't working properly. And they actually found it was a control board issue on the actual fog hashing unit. I did get this S21 Pro back. I actually sent it down to Antminer Repair. I had a bad hash board. I actually sent the hash board and got it back. Got it installed. Huge shout out to Alec over there at Antminer Repair. I'll put a link down below. I've been using them for all my repairs. I get it back in a week and a half. Got it back, got it built right before the storm. Put it down here just to blow some hot air into our intake wall. And then on this side, I actually got my Volk miner. This one I had to send out for repair. Had a bad hash board as well. This was one of the ones I bought more recently. And so this one, I got it set up right before the storm. Came out like a few hours before, got it set up, and it's just blowing hot air over into our intake wall over there. And then this fog hashing kit's not used yet. And then we have this little heater here, another one. We just set that up just to be safe. 52 degrees is pretty good. Huge shout out, as always, to asicplug.com for sponsoring the shed here. But taking a look, what else do we have running? Well, our S21 XP is doing good. I did turn down the fans on all my ASICs with the sub-freezing temperatures. So we're actually down to only a speed of 4. As soon as this snows over, I'm gonna get them back up to 5 or 6. I wanted them to run hotter and also pull less, have less of that pressure, that negative pressure. I decided to power on my E9 Pro, not just for heat in here, but also for the fact of stacking some more Ethereum Classic. This was actually motivated by Red Panda Mining, was talking about Ethereum Classic more on one of his live streams. And I was like, man, I've just had this thing on the shelf. Why not, right? Let's do it. Our electric rate here is 7 cents, so we might as well put it to work. We have our DG1 Plus, and we have an S21. So I'm gonna be putting more units in here finally. I actually ordered 8 units. I got them in used. I'm gonna have a future video. You guys will have to wait for that. But yes, I'm glad to see the sheds are in good standing. We survived, right? No major catastrophes, some lessons learned, some work to do. All right, love to hear from you guys. Hopefully it made out well for you. Hopefully you guys on the East Coast, especially down in like Texas and stuff like that, not really used to this type of weather. Let me know how you guys made out, how your crypto mining setups made out. Did you use your ASICs for heating your house? I know I did. But yeah, this game here of mining in a garage, a shed, a basement, there's no playbook for it. No must do. It's literally you learn as you go. And even myself, several years having sheds, a few sheds, I'm still learning as I go as well, and make some mistakes forgetting to plywood things up, but we absolutely learn as we go. Love to get your thoughts, feedback. Hopefully you guys made out good, didn't lose any power during the storm. I got some work to do over here, some things to clean up. So I'll see you guys next time. Take care.